What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Yoshi's Island DS. In the last episode, we have completed up all the way up to 3-2. We also did the special like 2-S. So, or 2-E for extra. I mean, sorry, it's not a special world. So Island of Peril. So, anyways, in today's episode, we're gonna be talking about Nvidia a little bit about Nintendo, and then see where I go from there. It's gonna be more news heavy today, and since like there's a lot to like, not really a lot to uncover. Actually, no, there's not really much to uncover. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really trying hard to find info on what's the insides and outs of going on in these big tech industries, as I don't really have a huge passion for it, but it is something that's getting, you know, attention to the public, you know, and so like I'd rather just, you know, the public know a little bit about this, you know, and maybe don't play around with the fish. Am I gonna keep playing around with the cheap chomp? Please tell me I stopped playing with it. Son of a gun. Please, okay. I guess I'll be right back in a second. Much better. So, yeah, sorry about that. Much better. Now that we can get things. I was like, buddy, you're not gonna kill the cheap chomp. Sorry. Maybe in the next level. But anyways, yeah, just leave the cheap chomp alone. Anyways, back to Nintendo and other news. It seems like Nintendo has, I mean, not Nintendo themselves, but Nintendo fan base has had some like rumors and things that they want to believe in a way. I'm here to kind of just be in like the middle ground of like saying like it is possible, but it's not exactly. Like, don't expect so high expectations on it. And I'll get onto that a little bit later on as to why. But for right now, let's focus on the thing that I don't have too much to talk about, since this is an article that I just recently found from I think it was like on Yahoo Finance or something. I don't know. But it's about Nvidia. Nvidia shares go code even as big tech spending on AI balloons. So, according to Bloomberg, big tech keeps raising its spending plans for artificial intelligence infrastructure, yet shares of Nvidia Corp, one of the biggest beneficiaries of that flood of cash, have been largely stagnant for months. So the stock is down more than 1% since the beginning of the fourth quarter, and has been largely range-bound despite hitting a record high in late October. It's also lagging the S&P 500 index to start 2026, a slowdown from Nvidia's nearly 40% leap in 2025, following 2 consecutive years of triple digits percentage gains. Nvidia's shares sank as much as 2.6% today, basically, on Friday, if you really want to look at it. And it shows the chart and everything, how much it went down and everything, with like what has happened right now. It seems like there's a few things that are like going up and down here. I can't really exactly read it for myself on how well it's doing, but it seems like their shareholders, I don't know what the yellow and I really don't know what these colors stand for. If you guys are looking at it from a computer, definitely check it out from your computer. So moving forward on the article, I'll probably try to like leave some bits and pieces out of it to like for you to read for yourself, because I don't want to just like leave you guys in the blind eye for it. So, you know, I don't want you to just go based off of what I'm saying. I want you to actually like look this up yourself if this is something that you want to really and truly look into. So anyways, even in ballooning capital spending from Meta Platforms Inc., Alphabet Inc., Microsoft Corp, and Amazon Inc., estimated to exceed $600 billion in 2026, hasn't been enough to meaningfully boost the stock amid increasing anxieties about returns on those investments. And I don't know who quoted this, but somebody must have said this in a meeting or two. There is perhaps growing concern that the ultimate revenue from AI will simply not keep up with the capex of spend that's been announced, said. Oh, Joanne Feeney said this. Alright, not a surprise. At Advisors Capital Management. Adding that more spending now raises the probability that the market will reach satiation faster. It's going to move up to the day at which they pause and let the new computer be digested. More on that. The cyclical nature of the chip industry is baked into NVIDIA's valuation, which has... Are you flippin' serious? Which has compressed as revenue growth is expected to slow in the coming years. Sales are projected to expand 58% in the current calendar year and 28% in 2027, according to data compiled by Bloomberg. Yeah, I don't know how much of this is actually like true, and then like if you want to see for yourself on like how like things are gonna go, but according to let me see if there's like any comments on it. View the comments. Is there a way to view the comments on this news site? There's 124 comments. Okay, so one says, oh boy, we got some like,
this deserted island is made up of tiny flinked islands. Hey, what's in that pipe over there?
Okay. So before I interrupted myself there, I just want to clarify. We have a lot of people there in the comments section in this article that are pretty much just glazing NVIDIA here. I mean, listen to these guys. I mean, oh my gosh. Let me see here. Actually, here's something I agree with, kind of. I feel like this comment's actually based. Well, yeah, here's a base comment. Another FUD right before earnings. The MMs just keep shaking up momentum so they can pick up shares cheaply into next ER. The Mag 7 all beat the raised guidance, yet fear AI overspend, blah blah. They've dropped these SPs over 50% each within a week. There's journalism and there's market manipulation. Sec, do your job. Oh boy. There's one reply to that, I guess. The SEC under the administration is sitting on their hands, and that is not going to change. Capex spending says a different story, and NVIDIA's revenue and profit will continue to... Okay, whatever, buddy. And you are one of the fools who think every penny of Capex is going to be spent on GPUs. I don't know, man. I mean, just look at the facts and whatever. I don't know what's true anymore, honestly. But anyways, how is AI going to make money for anyone? If AI becomes so capable that it disrupts every industry and job losses and pay cuts for humans become widespread, what good is it to make things more efficient if everything is AI trading goods and services to other AI? And AI doesn't need to be paid to do anything. 70% of US GDP is consumer spending. How much of that is going to be propped up by the AI workers buying AI stuff? That's a real question to ask there, actually. And the replies are... but, yeah, I mean... That's crazy. That's a crazy comment to see. The idea is capitalism at all costs, even cannibalism. Now that's a crazy comment to say. AI is just a tool. Tools have specific purposes. No one knows how many or how few places this tool can be used. Google, K-shaped economy and U.S. consumer spending. Let's see. Any fool that does not want their NVIDIA stock, I'll take it and be a happy camper one of these days. Yahoo Finance trying to beat it down so insiders can get rich. Yeah, whatever you say, dude. You will never get these publishers to talk about the real reason NVIDIA stocks is being held back, which is manipulation by AI opting trading bots. If you want to see the real reason, I mean, check the YouTubers that are actually investing into AI, or not investing in AI, actually investing in their news into AI themselves, or they're investing their time to the news of NVIDIA themselves, because they're the ones that really are gonna, you know. Here's your oh my moments. Oh my! Anyways, sorry. Buy it up. Oh, whatever. Don't buy it, guys. Do not buy. The companies who own the bots have made billions and billions of dollars over the last year. And now they're going to lose it all. And I hope they do, because they need to really seriously reconsider what they're doing with their time and what they're doing with their money if they're going to screw everybody else over. Like... Let's see. I don't know if I want to read any more comments, because a lot of these are just like... I mean, it's on topic and everything, right? Whatever. Pretty much all big tech... Here, you don't want to sound like this guy. What makes NVIDIA the #1 company in the world is NVIDIA CEO Jensen. Yeah, whatever. Jensen Huang's the one that's screwing up everything for everyone else. Always knows what the next big thing he should steer his company into. So no matter what tech is emerging for tomorrow, NVIDIA is on it. It is simply amazing. Owning NVIDIA is owning the future. Whatever you want to say. Whatever. I don't want to read about this anymore. But is it here? Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll keep that. Let me see here. Any other news about this that you can check out? Yeah, it's definitely down like 3% at this moment. Oh wait, it did say something. Stop. Yeah, no, never mind. Sorry. Okay, sorry for the awkward silence there. I'll try to like keep talking here and there. It's kind of hard when you're like scrolling through the actual news of what's happening here. So I would like to like at least inform you guys on a couple other things that. So like Nintendo, for instance, right? So like great things are happening. You know, like you got the Nintendo like you got the you have the what you would call it. I think I'm about to interrupt myself once again. Maybe not. We'll see. I think if I do interrupt myself again.
This desert island is made up of tiny links. Hey, what's up in that pipe? Oh, so it's the same thing. Never mind. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, it's alright. Don't worry about it. But I mean, honestly, like if we're really looking at the big picture here and like what's going on with Nintendo and everything, I think it's cool. Like you know, like it's funny how I'm featuring Yoshi right now, and then like once the movie comes out, I don't think this LP will be here because obviously you can watch this LP whenever. I'm not saying you're not going to be allowed to watch this LP anymore. I'm just saying I'm probably most likely will be done with this game by the time the next Mario movie comes out. unless something major happens, which I mean, it might, maybe not. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see what happens moving forward on everything else. But for the record being, it just doesn't seem. Oh, yeah, that looks cool. Yeah. It looks like he's just like bopping his head. Alright, well, anyway, sorry. Awkward silence there. So... oh, what is it that I needed to, say? Oh, yeah, so basically, Nintendo basically, like, I don't know what else to really say here, but, like, but it seems like Nintendo has just, I mean, it doesn't seem like they're going to be doing anything extremely big since, like, there's a lot to be, like, released, a lot to be, like, you know, a lot to play here and everything. And it may not exactly be what the public may want, but unfortunately, this is what you settled for. You see, Super Mario Bros. Wonder is coming out as a DLC next month, and I believe in April you get the movie, and then there's like other games that you can play as well, starting in May and June. And there seems to be like people spreading rumors or spreading the hope that there's going to be an official like Nintendo Direct coming this month, most likely next week or the week after. And I just want to like at least for the record show like I don't think that's going to be the case. And in fact, if it does happen, then you know by all means like W, but. Yeah, that happened. So I lost my first baby today. You don't get to see that, sorry, because I don't want to continuously like confuse the audience on where I'm at. In case they're just watching just to catch where everything is at. Because I'm trying to make this a good enough guide where it's like somewhat organized. Because like there you go, there's like 17 red coins and 4 flowers at this point. You should have by completing this segment and before you like go through the next area completely. Like if you go to the last area where it's like it shows like it's nighttime and everything, like it should show like yeah you have 4 flowers and 17 red coins and whatnot. Now back to like yeah with the news with Nintendo, I just don't see it being a reliable like news unlike that. I wouldn't put any trust or any hope in it, to be honest with you guys. Like that Nintendo is going to have an official Direct, because I don't think they're going to have anything cooked. I mean, considering the fact that it's been like quite a long time since the last officially like new 3D title game for Mario. I mean, what's to say that? Wow, I can't believe it. I'm saying this, but it's 2026 right now. It's been 9 years. 9 years since we had an official 3D Mario game that's like relatively like new. And if we look at the pattern here, like let's see. The first 3D Mario game was made in 1996. The next one was made in 2002, so that was like 1996 to 2002. That was about 6 years later. So that okay. So I'll give you that. Like okay, it's been 6 years since they've done anything. Okay, whatever. That's fair. Then you have like 2004, like Super Mario 64 DS, and if you count that as a new one, then that's 2 years. And then if you don't, then like the next one would have been 5 years from that 5 years from the previous mainline 3D Mario game, because it would have been Sunshine and then Galaxy. That would have been the next one. I count that as a 3D Mario game. Then in 2012, the sequel to that game, and I believe in 2013 or 2011 or 2012 that Super Mario 3D Land came out. I don't remember exactly. When did... Actually, let me look that up. Yeah, let me actually look that up. Oh yeah, if you want the last baby coin, if you want the baby coin for the stage, you're gonna need Mario. Just FYI, if you don't have Mario at your disposal, you're not gonna get that baby coin. So let me see. If I were to look that up right now, when was? So let me see. When was Super Mario 3D Land released? It was released in 2011. Okay, so it was released in 2011, and then Galaxy 2 was released in 2012. I believe, right? Am I right or am I wrong on that one? Oh, I was wrong. It was released 3 years later. My bad. I thought it was released in 2012. Oh, wow. We really had low expectations from Nintendo back then. Jeez. Okay, so you have Galaxy 2 released 3 years later, and then you have what is it? Then 3D Land. So then when was 3D? So then when was 3D World released then? 2013. So 3D World was released in 3D World was released in 2013. Then 4 years later, 4 years later, make sure you go in that pipe to get the final flower. I think that's like easy miss, but now you don't miss it. There you go. Everything's collected for the level. So 3D World is the last one currently, since what was it? Odyssey was pretty much the last official 3D Mario game, and it was still a sandbox game, but it was more expanded on, which is a good thing, it's a good thing moving forward, and it was actually something that took a concept to the new it took a crazy concept, it took a huge risk that actually executed pretty well. In fact, I was kind of hoping that there would be a sequel to this game, but unfortunately there wasn't a sequel to this game. But I mean, one can hope, right? Well, I mean, I stopped hoping, but it's okay. But with that being said and all, there's then Bowser's Fury along with 3D World with the expansion re-released to the Switch, and I wouldn't count that as a new one. More of a just hey, here's DLC on what the next 3D Mario game could potentially be like, and I actually like the idea, except I don't want it to be. I mean, if it was just one huge sandbox, fine. If it was Breath of the Wild. Also, make sure you come to this side of the ship to get this bullcrap flower, because I'm not kidding. This is a bullcrap spot to put a flower. And the reason why I say that is because, first of all, there's no indicator whatsoever to look here. There's no, there's no coins around it or anything like that shows any remote of hey, there's a flower here. Because the next one is going to be literally towards the top of the screen. If you look up there in the left screen, which will be the top screen technically. Yeah, there it is. So, back to reality. I mean, I think I'll show why. I'll show my first attempt as I pause it at the end of the stage. Because the stage is actually I mean, you can easily speedrun the stage in probably 2 minutes. I would believe, maybe less. I mean, that depends if you get the keys. There's 2 keys you need to get in this level. So yeah, just an FYI. I'll at least spoil that because it is actually bullcrap to remember that there is going to be 2 keys in this stage. Because one of the locations for the keys, it's inside an object, and the other one, it is in plain sight, thankfully. And yeah, so I decided to look over here because I was kind of curious to see what was over here. Nothing really of value. But yeah, anyways, moving things along on that part. Yeah, so with these 3D Mario games coming out, and then one could potentially be out this year, it's been like 9 years since an official 3D Mario game has been released. And if we're gonna be looking at Bowser's Fury here, when was Bowser's Fury released? It probably was back in like 2020 or 2021, I believe. Still been 6 years. So I don't know. It's been 6 years. When was Bowser's Fury? When was Bowser's Fury? It was released in 2021. Okay, so it's been 5 years. Alright. It's been 5 years. I will say this though, it has been quite a long time since like an official I'll keep going on this sentence. I'll keep staying on this hill until whatever, until something is done about it. Which I don't think it's gonna be done. If it does, I probably won't be playing it since it probably most likely will be released only on the Switch 2. Knowing Nintendo, it's gonna only be released on the Switch 2. Because I don't think they're gonna be anyway generous at all. With Breath of the Wild, how many fans hoped and dreamed for Breath of the Wild to be released, and then it took until the end of the Wii U era for it to release, and then guess what? Now there's 3 platforms to play Breath of the Wild on, which is on the Switch 2, on the Switch, and on the Wii U, if you still have one. Breath of the Wild can still be, it's playable on the Wii U, it's just quality control is gonna be kind of a hard one to keep an eye on, So, I don't know what to really say here on that one, because if I were to see another 3D Mario game, you know what? I actually haven't talked about this, and I actually wish this was a thing. I don't know if I've really talked about what could have potentially been in the next 3D Mario game. Maybe I have, and I just haven't really went into full depth and detail about it. But I at least want to at least share there's been some rumors going on around, and there's potential leaks of who could officially be in the next Mario movie. Because we know Yoshi, we know Bowser Jr.'s in it, we know we know Yoshi's in it, we know Rosalina's in it for sure. She's a space princess, so it makes a lot of sense if it's the Mario Galaxy movie. Watch out for those stretchy ghost-like creatures. They're freaking annoying to deal with. And yeah, there's that. So you can actually affect the vase by doing that. Because if you don't affect the vase, they'll come out basically how they were in that little section over there. Sorry. So anyways, moving along on that one. I'd rather you guys know about this, but what was it like? I'm trying to collect my thoughts here. But yeah, there's been potential leaks that other characters might be in the movie as well. I mean, we did see Birdo in the movie, so there could be something according to maybe Dreamland, maybe King Wart might be in the movie, maybe some of the enemies from Super Mario Bros 2 could be in the movie. And I'm not just talking about the Ninjas and and Birdo and possibly Mauser, as I saw him in the background, as Game explained, pretty much, he did explain it there. But I could also see Cobrats, Triclide being in the movie, Fry Guy. I mean, come on, it's absolutely possible that they could be in the movie as well. And would they be working for Bowser Jr.? Maybe not. Maybe they will. Maybe they will be, and we just don't know. I don't want to predict the plot because I don't want to ruin it for everyone else. I mean, I literally could be wrong, so I don't want anybody to confirm anything either. But let's see. Is there anything else that I really want to say? No, not really in particular. So there's been some leaks about the movie, and there was a runtime or something. There was like a runtime even. Yeah, there was definitely like a runtime effect or anything, something like that. Which I don't know why. I don't think it's that important to like know what the runtime of the movie is. I feel like if it's a certain amount of time and and you enjoyed the experience, I feel like that's the whole point of it. I mean, take a look at Infinity War and Endgame. Like Infinity War and Endgame were technically one entire movie, just split into two because you get to like the end of the third movie, and I don't want. I mean, at this point, if you haven't watched it, like or heard about it, then sorry. But you go and watch the movie, and it's like you reach like the climax, and it's like that's it, the end. I'm like what? That can't be the end, and it is the end because they're in production of making the next movie to end it, basically, which is why it's called Endgame. And I think a very base comment that I've heard as well. Like honestly, I really don't care too much about Marvel, but like honestly, like Endgame probably peak cinema actually for like Disney to ever like involved with Marvel at all. I think that was absolute peak. So, oh yeah, there's 5. There you go. There's 5 flowers you have now. So yeah, I think it was absolutely peak. And anything after that, well, screw it, man. I mean, No Way Home was pretty good for Spider-Man, but it's not peak. It was okay. It was a good enough movie for the most part. But I think it really has lost its touch. I think Marvel and really Disney as well. I think a lot of companies have lost their touch in a sense, right? So like if there was a 3D Mario game that I would want to make or potentially like seek out to see, like if it was open world and everything, I want the Koopalings to be in it. I definitely want the Koopalings to be in it. To be main bosses, that's a tough one. That's a tough question to actually like really state there or really answer. I'm gonna say no on that one, just because like yeah we have Bowser Jr., but I also don't want to see Bowser Jr. be like rerun like 5 times. I mean, Galaxy did that well because like there was actually different boss fights with Bowser Jr. And the first boss fight just being Gobblegut, which is kind of alright, cool. And then you have like I'm talking about Galaxy 2 by the way. So you have Galaxy 2 and you see like Bowser Jr. and the Mega Hammer, and then you have what is it? Yeah, you have Mega Hammer. If you have Mega Hammer, yeah, there's Mega Hammer, and then there's like the tank. Sorry, I literally like blinked out for a second. But yeah, so that's the gist of it from there. What else is there to like really explain? So if I were to, I would want the Koopalings to like have their like, how it was for like Pac-Man World 2, where they were like in giant mechs, like the ghost mechs in World 2. I'm sorry, I had to keep talking about my favorite video game when I bring it into this because I think this would be cool. Like you have the first phase for the Koopalings, right? And so like the first phase will be just like kind of like almost like a generic Boom Boom fight, where they actually do stuff, like have different abilities with their wands and everything. Like obviously it's not going to be like an easy phase. It's just going to be like, it's not going to be like 1, 2, 3. Like they do retreat into their shell, but it's like, okay, like there's more into it when they retreat into their shells in the 3D platformer. So then you avoid whatever, blah blah. You defeat them. Supposedly you think so. Until like you defeat them, they retreat to the next area, right? So like, okay, you think you're good for now. You go through the same thing again in another area where they retreat to like an area where like, okay, this is where they hold a barrier or some sort of like key or some sort of like objective, like, you know, like artifact or whatever objective or whatever object that you need to like gain. You gain it from them, but before you can even gain it from them to leave the main area, or really the first area, second area, whatever area you're in, depending on the coupoling, or really depending on like the area you're in currently, to like expand onto other places in the Mushroom Kingdom and in the entirety of the world. Yeah, so if you like I said, if you don't grab that flower in the beginning, that's what you're gonna end up with results-wise. So I had to redo this entire stage again. Just because of that. Because I can't go back. So, anyways. Having the Koopalings as the main bosses, I wouldn't want that necessarily too much. But, for them to just, like, kind of, like, naturally just, you know, like, be in different places, you know, like, here and there. You know, like, for them to unlock places, like, maybe castles even, or maybe just, like, unlock certain areas. But, yeah, I guess, this is my cue to, like, shut up. Because I think I'm about to, like, interrupt myself once more, once I enter the door. And, yeah, I'm just kind of, like, sitting here for some reason. And I'm kind of, like, making the moment even more weird by talking about this moment. So maybe I should probably stop talking about the moment and talk about what I was actually initially talking about, because... Okay, never mind, here we go. On to the boss fight. You just don't know when to quit, do you? Too bad for you. When Bessie Bass finishes you, you'll be nothing but fish food. So I have a confession to make. I died to this boss twice. So that was a jump cut right there. And the reason why is because I didn't really, dying to this boss was not going to be like a easy thing to do. It was just going to result in losing the baby, and I don't want to lose the baby, so there's that. Thankfully there's like no penalty whatsoever to like when you lose the baby. It's just like, okay, you have to restart from the checkpoint, that's it. But I'm not going to show off this attempt because, there's not a whole lot to talk about in this video, unfortunately, and there's not really a whole lot to talk about in this week in sense with gaming drama whatsoever. I mean, there's the thing with Steam. Oh yeah, you know what? I ain't even talked about Steam at all. That's actually crazy to haven't even decided to talk about that at all. Considering that Steam literally, Steam literally won a lawsuit. Like they didn't set the lawsuit, but they won against the lawsuit basically because what was it? I guess I could briefly talk about this. Well, no, you know what? No, I'll talk about this later because yeah. Goodbye to this boss. Goodbye. I don't really like this one. This one kind of stinky. So, anyways, yeah, stinky poopy. But anyways, as I was saying before, a lot to unveil here in this sense, right? So, what's all this? A flash thunderstorm? The sky just turned black and started pouring water down on us. It has been doing that continuously. Like, literally continuously. I don't know what else to really say. A huge wave swallows up everyone. Oh no! So what do we do now? I guess you can see who's on screen right there. Okay. Well, Oh, never mind. I'm probably gonna interrupt myself again. Huh? Okay, what? Oh. That is annoying. That's not Baby Mario. He looks decidedly stouter and he smells funny. It must be Baby Wario. The kidnappers must have left him here after a particularly epic temper tantrum. He's not as well behaved as the other babies, but Yoshi can't bear to leave him behind. Baby Wario has joined. So, as misbehaving as he is, he's just okay, cool. Got it. Just like, okay. Alright, and some more dialogue to read. Baby Wario really likes shiny things. Use his magnet to attract coins. And if we can get everyone along. Actually, the magnets attract anything made of metal, so look around and you might find something metal in here. So, right off the gate, I couldn't 100% this level because I missed one key component on one little thing. And I'll show you that as soon as we get there, so just... This box is made of steel, so why don't you try working some of your magnet on it? Would have been cool if he just said like magnet and not magic. Some magnet magic on it, like that would have been like, that would have made sense, you know. Don't try to stray too far away from the coins as soon as you like get it, or else they will despawn. I've had that happen to me a few times, and not that's happened with me on the red coins, but it has happened, and you know you don't want to like. Yeah, you really don't want to lose your chances on getting any red coins. If you miss any red coins, you're done for it on that one. You know? So anyways, yeah, there's that. It has the ability to make red eggs and yellow eggs, which is actually pretty good, you know? So, anyways, yeah, I thought I'd just, you know, use the ability to, like, try to, like, get, what was it? Use the ability to get, star points early on, so that way I don't have to, like, worry about it too much later on. But, anyways, what was I saying? Was I talking about the 3D Mario game still? I guess I was. But yeah, I think a 3D Mario game with the Koopalings in it would suffice very well. And especially if they were just like one-off random like times that you battle them, and then like, let's say like you get to like Bowser's Kingdom or Darklands even. Like, dude, having them all like actually you're kind of battling all of them at once, but they control like one huge mech that Ludwig decided to make for every one of the Koopalings because he feels like the others are incompetent, and it'd be kind of like one big boss rush moving into like, you know, getting into Bowser's Castle and whatnot, and I think that would be super cool to see. But yeah, so anyways, an important factor to make sure that you have this magnet block underneath this arrow. That was the mistake that I made. Because if you don't, like, have that underneath, the block, if you don't have the block underneath the arrow, then you're going to lose the chance of getting those coins up there, which potentially also has a red coin up there. And there's a flower up there as well, so you don't want to miss the chance of getting the flower as well, since that's a collectible that you're going to want to really like focus on getting. So now you're at 3 flowers now. So yeah, now we're at 25 star points, and we're still at 5 red coins. Don't fret too much about it. You'll get through what you need to get through soon, most likely. So As I was saying before with like the 3D Mario game, yeah, I think if there's some sort of way to like do that, go for it. Nintendo, take the idea. I don't really care. I just think like having unique boss battles would also benefit too. Like maybe a return of King Womp, maybe a returning of King Babam even. Like, you know, like just in a factory, King Babam being a factory that you have to infiltrate. Then there's like somewhere else, like probably like in some frozen land, you'll deal with like Mr. Snowman, but he's like he makes himself huge because he has the power of like some sort of like crystal crown or whatever. That just very mystical or something. And then like I would also love to see like maybe a return of possibly what else do I want to see return? I kind of want to see some like old bosses return in a way. Maybe like and maybe like some bosses can like become your allies in a way. Like you reach a jungle or something or a forest, and then like you defeat like let's say Wiggler for example. Like Wiggler's under a spell of Kamek, because Kamek caused him to be under a spell. And so you defeat Wiggler, and then Wiggler helps you actually navigate an area that you couldn't navigate before, and then like that's how you keep exploring. And just like there's just always opportunities for Mario to explore, and then like the playable characters will be Mario, Luigi, possibly Yoshi, and then like if you rescue like Princess Peach, then she could become a playable character as well. You find Wario as well. Heck, flippin' bring Donkey Kong into the mix as well. I think that would be beneficial as well to see, like, seeing them use different abilities. Like Wario has more strength, Luigi jumps higher, Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong can actually, like, swing and, like, climb up things, like, very easily. Yoshi can flutter jump, obviously. And then like that would be a really cool thing to like implement, in my opinion. I think it would be cool personally. And then like so I don't know. Yeah. That I don't ever want to hear Wario cry at all because he sounds so annoying when he cries. He really does. He really is annoying when he cries, and it's. I mean, I don't want to say it that loudly, but it is the truth, you know. So yeah, I'm just looking around to see what's actually here and what's not here, what opportunities I can take to grab anything else, and yeah, I don't know. Like, there's definitely a lot to like grasp here for sure, and let's see. So yeah, I guess that's it. What I would say for the 3D Mario game. That's my pitch. That's my idea. Make it a very huge sandbox that you explore in, obviously. And like, if you reach the ends of the land, like you reach a warp zone, basically. Like, so let's say you reach, let's say the ice zone is like at the edge of the world, right? Well, then there's a warp zone there, and then you go to like other areas, obviously. And then the hub world will be underground or something. And then like you can even explore underground, dude. That would be, dude. The amount of possibilities and imagination that you can go with it. This would be like a freaking game that's been in like literally 9 years of development. Shoot. Honestly, I would applaud it if they if it was like a 10-year like development thing, and it's like, actually, you know what? No, I wouldn't applaud it, because like how are you gonna take 10 years to make a 3D Mario game that was like that potentially had a really good idea as well when you did Bowser's Fury? People liked it. Oh, not enough to like want to buy a second like 3D world, because like honestly, like if you had just sold Bowser's Fury as its own thing and like actually focused on that to like be your potential like real risk, like there's gotta be a risk factor, risk reward thing, system that you have here. But I feel like Nintendo just has really lost. I mean, really, they have lost their touch in a way. I personally do think so because, you know, when it comes to like taking risks and whatnot to do things that could potentially work out well, even if it doesn't work out well in the end, you know, they just fail and not even trying. And I think that's where they're at right now. I mean, they're sitting on a lot of cash, sitting on a lot of money, so I mean, it makes kind of sense that they're not taking these huge risks right now. But at the same time, it's like maybe it's their time. Maybe it's their time to like just stop making like games. Maybe they have reached their end of their eras. I hate to say this, but it's like all good things have to come to an end at some point. I mean, when has Sega made a new like Sonic game? Not to throw shade at you, Sega, but like when it was the last time? Frontiers, right? Sonic Frontiers. And I don't recall a new Sonic game like that was a platformer or like a 2D platformer, 3D platformer ever since. I think, oh wait, Superstars, right? Sonic Superstars. But like, when was the last Sonic platformer that was released? You know, like, if you really look at the big picture here, like the last Sonic platformer. Back in 2023. Sonic Superstars. And it was back in 2023. It's been 3 years. So, trying to see a new Sonic game, whether it's a 3D or 2D game, like, that's gonna be a very tough one to follow, in my opinion. I think it's gonna be a tough one to follow. I mean, it's not like you could just copy and paste everything, you know? Like, yeah, we're at Sonic's 40th anniversary now. You know, it's like, okay, you're celebrating 40 years of Sonic. And nothing has been really said and done. And I know they did just release a Sonic Racing Worlds game. Pretty cool, pretty exciting. And I'm sure it's like lots of fun to a lot of people. So yeah, if I had just like pressed X and up to look at the top screen, I would have saved probably a lot of time here. But instead, I decided to be greedy and grab more coins and then potentially risk my life. So there's that. The risk reward there. So yeah, you can see that I'm like really risking my life here. So yeah, as you can see, there was a I tried to like gravitate. I tried to gravitate a coin there, and it despawned. So like I said, you do not want to stray too far away from it. But yeah, if you're like, oh, where's the last flower at? Don't fret. Just go up here. Go through here. You want to go to the top one, I believe. Yeah, you want to go to the top platform as you're going forward. So you want to go up here, go onto the red platform, and then once you reach the red platform, then just go bananas and try to land on that platform. And there's the flower right up there. So there it is. Yeah. So that was fun to grab. So I don't really know what else to really say here. What needs to be said here, honestly. Other than the fact that like I'm just like, well, I don't really know, but I think I'm about to interrupt myself again since we are just technically we're at a story point where we just have access to Baby Wario. So let's just see what's happening here. Moving along now. After the scratch and match game. So I think in the next segment of this video, I'll probably most likely be reading the article on Steam and their lawsuit. Since I feel like I think it has been resolved already. at this point. I mean, there's no denying on like what they're doing is exactly wrong. They're not doing anything bad per se. I mean, the UK just made themselves look dumb by. Okay, hold on. Never mind. Huh? Oh, look, everybody else is here. So that's where they went. Thanks to the stork, everyone is safe. Now we have 4 babies. Now that everyone's accounted for, let's return to the adventure. Back to adventure we shall be. So, yeah. So now we just have 2 more levels to go. We're almost there, guys. Let me know if you guys want me to shorten the videos out at all for any reason. I'm gonna just keep them long just because I like the longer videos. Since, I mean, even if there's sometimes there's not much to talk about, I still figure out something to talk about at least. But it's also like, I can talk about the gameplay too, because like, there's some things that, you know, really, you should really pay attention to. So for this, for instance, like in this area, I think if you have like, what was it? If you have 2 red coins, actually, I wouldn't be too worried so far. But yeah, bloopers. We have bloopers in this. First time I've ever seen bloopers over here. Like that never happens. Anyways, I like that you can pretty much blast off with these platforms. These platforms are kind of my favorite in a sense. Because like when you get on these platforms, you can like just goof around and be stupid on it. And you can go like blast off. So like yeah, 2 red coins so far still. And I'm just like kind of being skeptical about it. So moving along. While I just wait for these guys to like, you know, stop screwing around themselves. I'm going to, there we go, pull the platform out. I don't know if there's anything inside there, but I don't think there is actually, because I would have looked by now. This is like about my like 3rd attempt on this level. So yeah, if you have 2 red coins, don't be too worried, because that is literally the only amount in this area. So now we go into like forest like area for some reason. So now it's like, okay, we have a forest level now, which doesn't make too much sense, but whatever needs to make sense in this like, yeah. Make sure you get that red coin. There's a red coin right there that you need to watch out for. So yeah, make sure you get it right there. That's the 3rd red coin that you're gonna need. So now I'm gonna show you how to blast off into space. So all you have to do is just like keep manipulating the platform to come further down, and then okay. No, I want your reaction on this. I want to give you my first informed reaction on me like having fun trying to not break the game, but like just having fun just doing stupid stuff in the game. So like here you go. Kind of funny, right? It's kind of funny in my opinion. You guys will admit it's kind of funny. So now we have 4 red coins there. We're looking perfectly there. Let's go 4. Now we have 5. Yep, there we go. Sorry if you have epilepsy, whatever. Like I said, this whole channel is basically a whole epilepsy warning. Yeah, now we have 7 red coins now. I kind of want to blast off again. Personally, I want to give it at least one more go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Ah! There's gotta be a way to like be able to like do that easily. I'm sure there's like I'm sure there's like a lot of people like being able to like do that pretty easily. But yeah, I don't know. As I was saying before. Yeah, don't put too much hope on seeking out a new 3D or not 3D. Sorry, don't seek out any hope on seeing a new 3D Mario game or just anything Nintendo with Nintendo in general. Just because as I said before, before I get onto Steam and everything, I feel like a lot of gaming companies, it's just we're at the end of the lifespan, and I don't think there's anybody that's making great video games from the AAA industries, in my opinion. There's still some good games here and there, but it's not as often and it hits that well as one person or a single person making one game, and it's for an individual game being made, for an individual being making the game, it's okay, well, they're gonna make better games than others, and it's if Nintendo really wants to go for new ideas, I'm pretty sure they could. In fact, dude, if they do a Yoshi's Island 3D, if they do a 3D Yoshi game, dude, that would be super based, honestly. If they do a 3D Yoshi Island game, I think that would be cool. I mean, you don't have to involve the babies, obviously, but you can do something with it, he explores the entirety of his island or something like that. Kind of like what you did with Donkey Kong. Dude, seeing heck, go for another Wario platformer game. I feel like that would be fun as well. But if that can't be done, then oh well. Honestly, it's okay. These are the ideas that I've thrown out there, and obviously you don't have to go for every single one of them. So, with that being said, I guess we can continue on to the the lawsuit, right? So we have the lawsuit from the UK. Legal action over unfair Steam game store prices given go ahead. So Valve Corporation will face a 656 £1 million lawsuit in the UK over alleged unfair prices on its global online store Steam following a tribunal ruling that the case could continue. The gaming giant is being accused of abusing its market dominance by imposing restrictive terms on game publishers and locking players into using Steam, the world's largest distribution platform for PC gaming, which is false. Steam is not locking people into using Steam only. I mean, if they want a game from other places, they certainly most likely can. They have the free will and choice. It's just who would choose anything other than Steam? Well, that's my thing. Legal action was brought by digital rights campaigner Vicky Shotbullets in 2024 on behalf of up to 14 million Steam users across the UK who could be in line for compensation if she wins. Valve, which has been contacted for comment, had argued the case should not be certified to proceed towards a trial. The lawsuit filed at Competition Appeal Tribunal in London alleged Valve forces game publishers to sign up to conditions which prevent them from selling their titles earlier or for less or unrivaled platforms. It claims that as Valve requires users to buy all additional content through Steam, if they've bought the initial game through the platform, it is essentially locking in users to continue making purchases there. This Ms. Shotbull argues has enabled Steam to charge an excessive commission up to 30%, making UK consumers pay too much for purchasing PC games and add-on content. Well, I mean, look, quality is not cheap. On quality, that's what's gonna happen. I mean, I'm sure Steam's pricing is pretty fair to substantial audience. I mean, I feel like, at least as a person from the US, I would assume it's fair enough. I mean, yeah, a lot of things are high in pricing, but good things come at a price. Just like a gourmet, if you want a gourmet burger from a really good restaurant, that's gonna take like about like probably like 10 minutes to make the burger. You know, because like there's like this one clip of like some chick or something that's like, yeah, I don't want no fancy like filet mignon like me. I want a burger. Just give me like a generally good burger. And that's what the chef did. Made a generally good burger that I honestly would have paid $20 for, honestly. That would have been a $20 burger because love was made to it, care and everything. You know, there's stuff that was, you know, like there was a lot of attention put to it, and it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like nothing. You know, like, oh, it's just like, oh yeah, I just got this out of the freezer. Let's just make another burger for like $2 or something like that. No, this was a good burger that like a lot of people could probably vouch for it in a way. So yeah, 14 red coins. Yeah, you want to have, by the end of this area, you want to have 18. So keep an eye out for how many coins you need. So with that being said, back to Valve. In my opinion, like with Valve, like having the prices for what they have, like for good quality gaming and stuff like that, for like digital gaming and whatnot, and you know, honestly, you really have to question like, okay, like if there's gonna be anything in terms of like just being able to like buy games for a certain amount of price, and then like just being able to like I don't know, just like, you know, if they're gonna buy these games for a cheap price, well then you're gonna get cheap graphics. I mean, go to Nintendo for that. That's what Nintendo's for, honestly. I mean, if you were to look at any like badly graphic game, it's definitely Nintendo taking the cake for that one. Sorry, Nintendo, but that's just how things roll. You don't really have good graphical games. I mean, you honestly could do a lot better if we're gonna be really honest here. So hopefully for the Nintendo Switch 3, like we can see like actual 4K graphics for like a, you know, a good price, and not just like, oh yeah, this looks, no, this doesn't look good at all. Like if you want good graphics, like dude, like try to like go into PC gaming, or try to actually just stop making consoles in general, Nintendo. I think it's time to hit the A on that one. Making consoles is not your forte. It really isn't anymore. It used to be your forte, but not anymore. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you should just do what Sega did and just move forward with that one. And I don't know. There's just a lot where Nintendo can go with that direction on. But anyways, further on in the nose, and Wario, stop being. Honestly, I don't know why I have Wario out. That's the most annoying baby ever, actually. If any baby cried like that around me, I don't know what I would do, actually. I probably would, I don't know, probably jump out a window or something. But anyways, I'm not kidding when I'm saying that, by the way. It's not funny, but, you know, I'm not kidding. That is unbearable to listen to, probably for hours. Because babies tend to cry for a while if you don't take care of it right away. And what I mean by take care of it, like, just figure out why it's crying and do your best to make it stop crying with the necessary means to, like, changing its diaper, feeding it, whatever else your parents gotta do. So, the case is what is known as a collective action claim, which, sorry, moving forward on the one of these paragraphs on what Ms. Shobot argues on Steam enabling charges excessive commissions up to 30%. The case is what is known as a collective action claim, which means that one person goes to court on behalf of a much larger group of people. In this instance, it has been brought on behalf of up to 14 million people in the United Kingdom who bought games or additional content through Steam or other platforms since 2018. The claim is backed by legal firm Milberg London LLP, which brings group action cases against large companies. A separate consumer action case filed in August 2024 has been brought against Valve in the US. Oh, well, shoot. What are you doing? What are you doing, US? So I guess, oh yeah. I mean, with Valve recently announcing it's gonna release a new console rivaling the Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, and the Steam machine, designed to allow gamers to play PC games on their TV. I mean, yeah. I mean, it sounds about right. It's about a good time to do so. I mean, as much as it might hurt a lot of people in a way, but at the same time, not really. I mean, that's just what happens. And, you know, I'm pretty sure there's a lot more news out there in terms of what's going on with, like, you know, this is just as of January 27th, this news was brought out. So, keep that in mind. And with the case of Valve happening, like, I'm pretty sure there's, like, a lot more, like, reliable sources out there that can, like, share about it. If you guys have any insight on it as well for yourself, definitely please do share in the comment section below. And I will definitely cover that possibly in the next episode, most likely. But with Valve, I just want to say, like, they're just playing their cards right, and I think they're gonna just win this case if this case hasn't been brought to, like, you know, a conclusion yet. Because I'm surprised it hasn't been brought to a conclusion quite yet. If it has, then I'm sure they have won the case. Because, like, there's no way, like, you're gonna file a lawsuit against Valve where they have done pretty much nothing wrong in the stance of, like, what, they're just making things more accessible to consumers to buy games? I mean, hello, that's the plan. That's what everyone should be doing. How do we make games better for the consumer? How do we make things better for the consumer's lifestyle and whatnot? We're not gonna just sit here and just, like, say, like, oh, let's just, I mean, I don't know. I think if we're gonna think about the consumer here, like, I think you should really just see what the consumer wants. And, like, if that has to happen, you know, like, if you're just like, okay, how do we make more money and just, like, continuously get people to rent stuff, like, okay, like, that's just where a lot of other companies are going. And I'm sorry, but that plan is gonna be a break or a hit, or it's gonna be a make or break for that one. Because either this doesn't get spread awareness and people will just fall for the consumption of just like, oh yeah, it's okay, I'll just rent my next console, since it's gonna be like, like probably what, like 10K or something, and by the time it's like 35 or something, like whatever the next console will be in 2035. For any, like, really platform as of Sony and you know, for Nintendo and for Microsoft even. It's just like, where are they gonna go with this? Like, I mean, Nvidia is really setting the direction. Like, really think about it. Just think about it for a second. Like, Nvidia set the direction to like really set a tone of just like, you're gonna have to pay to set your tone to, like, be able to play video games for a certain amount of time. Like, let that sink with you on how stupid that sounds. That's like being freaking 8 years old again because your parents want you to read more and play outside more. Which, that's completely valid. I mean, if your parents want you to stay active as a kid, so that way you can not, like, at least be disciplined when you're growing up and, you know, whatnot. That's a valid like thing that parents on for sure. Like, yeah, to me, you're only gonna spend an hour on your console today because you need to go make friends and go play outside, and you're not gonna just sit here all day playing video games. I know it's the summer, but look, just bear with us. We'll give you 3 hours today, and that's it. You know, you're gonna have to play outside at some point. Go do something productive. Go read a book. Go do some chores around the house. Go do some stuff, you know. Obviously, that's you know, that's a valid thing for a parent to tell their kid, their child. You know, it's their child, it's their kid. They make the rules in the household. That's their household. But if it's in terms of like a whole network of people that are pretty much 20 plus years old, I mean, think about it. You're 40 years old. You're probably working at a labor job where you're like manually working like probably like 6 days a week, maybe 7 days a week. I don't know. You're working like so many times a week, and then you go home and you want to play video games, right? For a little bit, right? You just want to play video games for a little bit because you've earned your time to play video games for as long as you want to. And let's say like you had a big staycation like week kind of deal where you decide, okay, I'm gonna stay at home for a week or whatever, right? I've earned this, so I'm gonna play video games for 10 hours today because I want to binge through a video game. Well, you can't do that because said platform said you paid for 3 hours this month. So good luck with that one. And if you want to play more hours, well then tough luck, because you're gonna have to pay more. I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay to play longer. That sounds stupid. That's like the stupidest idea, stupidest thing that you can really do with consumer, and it's just not gonna cut it and not gonna work out for you. It really isn't. Like, if you really want things to work out for you, maybe don't do stupid ideas like that. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know, like, if we're really like just speaking for like the consumer themselves and just really like benefiting the consumer, maybe do things that will benefit the consumer, like making better. Like, if we're gonna make things better for the consumer, then maybe, just maybe like figure out how to advance the technology. I mean, if AI is something you want to expand on, make it accessible to like a point where it's like gonna benefit the consumer and not benefit just you. But no, everyone else up in the top just wants to benefit themselves and be selfish, because that's just how their minds work, unfortunately. And I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, the more I can keep saying it, it's not going to change anything. Unless, like, people retaliate and, like, you know, fight against it, then by all means try to. I mean, try to. I don't know if I myself can do anything. But I'm just speculating for everyone else, you know, who's probably younger. Maybe for those that are probably older that are just like, you know, they just want to, like, enjoy a good time. You know, like back in the days where you buy a video game and you paid for it, and that's it. Like, yeah, DLC can happen once in a while, sure, because, like, it's expanded upon. But it's not like, oh, like, we're gonna just, like, you know, like, here's an unfinished game, and now here we have the, you know, the initial game, and it's completely unfinished. I mean, Super Mario Bros. Wonder is a good example. As much as I glazed the game initially when I played it, there was a feeling of like it felt unfinished in a way, because seeing the same boss 3 times in a row, or not in a row, sorry, 3 times in the entire game. I know, really, like there's only 4 bosses in the entire game if you really think about it. There's Bowser Jr. in the first world, Bowser Jr. again in World 2, Bowser Jr. again in World 4. Bowser Jr. again in World 6, so I guess that's 4. And then Bowser at the end as a head boss, basically. And it's like, okay, like a floating hand boss, sorry. That's what I meant to say. Well, like, it's just like, okay, I mean, it was a creative thing, honestly, to go that route. But, like, at the same time, Bowser Jr. the 4th time has to be pretty underwhelming at this point. If it was just like throughout the game where it's like randomly, then it wouldn't be that underwhelming, because you have other bosses to like fight against, and it would be a lot more fun. Such as probably the Koopalings that have been extended, you know, having considered for the DLC, which I highly doubt it's going to be accessible into the, you know, in the Switch scene, because let's be honest, this game was probably just made for the Switch too, and you know, as a new Super Mario Bros. Game, if we're really talking about 2D platformers in general, it's not exactly the best. I don't know. I just think, like, with companies like doing things like this, where it's just like it's come to the point where, like, literally no, like, why is this happening? And you come to these conclusions on just, I don't know, like trying to extract more money in for what reason? Like, if you set yourself as a leprechaun at the end of the goal, like you have all the money in the world that you could probably dream of, and all you want to do is have more. What is it with money that you need to have more of to experience luxuries that, I don't know, you couldn't experience right now if you just had literally just enough? When's enough for you? Is my question being. because I guess that could actually lead onto another rant for this session today, since we're not talking about Steam anymore, and we're not talking about just video game companies in general. But really, if you were to set yourself up as like, or set yourself up. So 11 red coins we got right now. So, like, if you were, let's say you were like one day you won, let's see, like a reasonable amount that will probably allow you to like probably use to invest for the rest of your life, and also just, you know, benefit yourself a little bit for the rest of your life. Let's say you're like the age of, I don't know, 28, 29. Let's say you're 28 or 29, you recently won $10 billion, okay? And yes, the inflation and everything still goes up, and like whatever, like tax gets taken out, so you technically only get like $7.5 billion because a quarter of it has to go to charity and everything else in the government, because whatever, they just need to grab some of the money. Still a reasonably like a huge amount of money, if I have to ask, if I do say so myself. What would you do if you had that much money just sitting right there in front of you? What is your first action that you're gonna do? Are you gonna just like I obviously, like, yes, make more with a little bit that you have left, but like honestly, if there was any way to like just live like substantially a normal life with that amount of money, you know, like, and really just humble yourself on that one, because there's a lot of people that will be out there that would earn that much and they're a completely different person. They're completely like jaded by the fact like, oh, look at this, I've earned this much, and now, you know, and they have the ability to help anybody else, and they just refuse to help anybody else because, well, I earned it, why can't he earn it? Well, because, buddy, I don't have a social security card. Why not? I lost it. I mean, if you're no, I mean, but that's a difference. I mean, I guess that's a different conversation for another day. If you're like illegally living in a certain place, then yeah, maybe you should not be here. But that, I mean, that's as far as I go politically stancing on anything. I know, I mean, I don't mind getting controversial. I really don't. But at the same time, like, you know, just to keep things to a fair minimum, this is just where I stand on it. And if you can't agree with that, or just agree to disagree on that one, then maybe you're in the wrong channel. Now, anyways, as I was saying before, like, you know, like, if we're making an argument here, like, oh, why can't this person do this? Well, because X, Y, and Z. Like, think about it like this. You know, like, there is a person that is set up for failure because their parents are very, like, undisciplined. So they let the kid just do whatever they want. And then on top of that, the kid gets groomed to the idea like college is a good idea. And it is a good idea. That's all it is. It's a good idea. It's not the good idea. It's a good idea. Why is it a good idea and not the good idea? Because college can really just groom you to being more stupid than you are when you graduate. I'm not kidding. There's a lot of people that I know, actually. Not a lot. But there's, I mean, people that I know from college. I mean, not a lot. Like, there's a few. If there's people that I know from college, and I talk to them, it's just like they are more childish than they were when they graduated high school. Because you talk to a high schooler that's like, okay, what are you gonna do when you grow up, or like, what's your next step when you graduate? Oh, I'll probably do this, this, and this. Reasonable actions or reasonable like. Or, like, I don't know yet. Okay, like, some reasonable, like, you know, responses, right? You groom them to go into college, taking these stupid gen ed classes, and now we have to learn about certain topics that really don't really matter, in a sense. They don't matter in the slightest in the curricular field that you're trying to study. And if you don't have a curricular field to study in, then maybe don't go to college right now, because gen ed should just not exist, period. I think that's a very extreme hot take to say, for sure. But I'm all for hot takes on that one, because, look, we have a freaking YouTuber that's a billionaire, and he's only spending 10% of his income. I wish a lot more people were like that. Cause like, honestly, think about it. If you were like that and you were just like, okay, like yeah, I'm a billionaire now, but you know, I don't really need all this money, right? I mean, I can earn up to the point to pay off the house, so I pay off the house. Yep, fair enough. Pay off the house, have enough for retirement, cool. Still earning quite a substantial amount of money, but do I really need all this money to just spend on myself, to get myself a Ferrari, get myself luxurious stuff, all willy-nilly, left and right? No. I have the money to rent it, maybe. I think, like, any 20-year-old would want to say, like, yes, I want a Lamborghini to, like, just... I mean, shoot, who wouldn't want to just rev the engine? I mean, I probably would. I mean, just to rev it one time, that would probably be amazing. If I ever get that opportunity, that would be great, actually. Just rev the engine one time. You know what? Like, I'm already satisfied with the fact that, like, you know, okay, cool. I just revved the engine of a Ferrari or Lamborghini or whatever car sounds, honestly, truly amazing, honestly. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of cars out there that are kind of just like, I mean, technology just, you know, there's going to be more advances on that. Like, there's probably going to be a better sounding car or probably a newer brand out there that's going to, like, start to exist. And, you know, there's that. There's your rant for today. So, we're about to reach the end of this level. And this is still in one try. Because I think this was actually my first try on this level, actually. I wanted to make sure I got absolutely everything in this level. So, if you don't have 20 red coins at this point, I would be worried. Make sure you have at least 20 star health, because the next checkpoint's literally in the next area. And then the flower, you'll gain that easily. The baby coin, I wouldn't worry about it too much, because it's literally going to be on your way out of the level. I'm not kidding you when I'm saying that. That's why I pause this here, just to tell you all this right now. And, you know, this is just stuff to, like, really, like, just dive into on that one, okay? I paused it for that reason, because I at least want to give you that, you know, substantial. Have Mario in this area, by the way. Mario is going to be the one you need, because there's probably going to be a lot of deaths here if you don't have Mario. Because that stupid freaking thing is going to chase after you. And I'm pretty sure that's not the last time you're going to be seeing that guy. And coins are not going to be a huge worry, because you already have 20 red coins already. So you don't need to worry about getting coins, thankfully. And there you go. There's the baby red coin. And boom, that's the end of the level. Pretty much right there. So let's get the heck out of here. And actually, there's probably one more thing we have to do, right? There's the baby coin we still have to grab. You wouldn't believe what baby coin is out there for this next, or actually not this next level, sorry, for 3-5. For 3-5, when you lose all the babies except for, like, you just find a random crying baby, the most annoying baby in the world, actually, in my opinion, thus far, is, yeah. You reach Baby Wario, you wouldn't believe who the baby coin would be. We will show you that soon. But, I don't know if there's anything else I really can say to really, you know, not keep this video lasting a lot longer, because, you know, like, obviously I could probably talk about this all day with, like, how like, bad everything is just gonna get, and it's just like, oh, like, you know, there's a risk reward thing, you know, obviously for everything, but I don't know, like, I can whine about this all day long, but I'm not going to, because there's other things to, like, really enjoy in life too, like, I mean, I'm thankful for a lot of things that I have in my life, for sure, so I'm not just using this as a video of, like, oh, let's just cry about everything. So anyways, here's who you need to get this baby coin. You guessed it, Baby DK. I don't know why it's Baby DK. It could have been Baby Wario, honestly, in my opinion. But no, it had to be Baby DK of all people. So now, we're going to just run to the end of the level and just use it in full one take, because it really isn't that far. So I'm just showing you, like, okay, let's just get to the end of the level quickly. Can we just jump on the Fang? There we go. I don't know why I paused it there. Just move. There we go. Okay, now we're going and we're gone. So I guess there's that. Yep, there you go. Perfect. So I guess that concludes this episode for the most part, since there's not really much else to say. I'm probably gonna just end it off here, and yeah, honestly, really hope you did enjoy the gameplay, enjoy the news, I guess, about Steam and Nvidia and Nintendo and whatnot. Don't put hope in the false things. If there is a Nintendo Direct somehow that releases within the next 2 weeks, I don't know. I'm not betting anything, because literally Nintendo could pull something up. But anyways, yeah, I guess that's really it, all I really have to say. So with that said, don't forget to shine bright and stay bright.